Alright guys, this is Boss Mill again. I'm going to do another movie review for one of my favorite zombie flicks, Return of the Living Dead. Came out in 1985. This was written and directed by Dan O'Bannon. He's the guy that wrote Alien and Life Force and Total Recall. And also stars Tom Matthews from Friday the 13th Part 6 fame. Um, James Karen. He was in Invaders from Mars, not to mention a bunch of classic movies. He was in a bunch of horror movies. And also Leona Quigley plays in this. She was in Night of the Demons, a ton of other horror movies. She's always famous for showing her tits or getting naked. Also, it's got can't think of his first name. It's Nunez Jr. is his last. He's the guy that played in Friday the 13th, The New Beginning, and he also played a DJ in the first Street Fighter movie, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, basic story is Tom Matthews' character and James Cameron's character work at this medical warehouse facility where they store a lot of, medical shit. And James Cameron tells Tom Matthews' character about that movie Night of the Living Dead that was actually based on a true story, and they've got the some of the dead bodies in canisters in their basement. Well, Tom Matthews, being a high school kid that he is, wants to see him. They go down the basement, and the canisters leak, which release the tar man, which is really badass makeup effects on that zombie. In the meantime, this group of high school kids that are like punk rockers are go to the medical warehouse to pick up Tom Matthews' character. In the meantime, they wait for him to get off of work. They go to this cemetery that just happens to be like across the street, and yeah, that's pretty much the basic story. Everything just goes downhill from then. I don't really want to give away the whole story, but this movie is a fun fucking movie. Now, I don't take this as serious as like Night of the Living Dead or Day of the Dead or anything. This is more of like a, hey, let's fucking party, let's have fun, and let's have zombies. That's what I think of this movie. Now, this to me is really the only movie that where I'll let zombies run. Because in my opinion, zombies should not run, except for this movie. I don't know why. I think it's because I've liked this movie since I was a kid, but the zombies do run in here, and this is the only exception for that fucking rule. I really like the production design in this movie. It's got that reminiscent kind of like 50s horror comic book look, kind of like Tales from the Crypt. It's got that style. The zombies surprisingly look pretty decent. Nothing too over the top. I mean, you got like Tarman, like I said, he's a pretty badass looking zombie. Really well acted. The dude that played him. Of course, Fiona Quigley, famous for her nude dance scene on the gravestone. And it's funny because actually she had to have a appliance made that went over her crotch to hide her vagina because uh, Dan O'Bannon didn't think that that would fly. But it looks like she's naked, so I mean, whatever. Uh, this originally was supposed to be a follow-up to George Romero's original Night of the Living Dead, because John Russo, who co-wrote Night of the Living Dead, wrote the Return of the Living Dead script in like 78 or 77, right when George Romero was writing Dawn of the Dead, and he gave this script to Dan O'Bannon. Well, Dan O'Bannon didn't like it because it was like a follow-up to Night of the Living Dead. So what he did was they kind of held the script, the studio and stuff, and let Romero make his movies. And Dan O'Bannon decided to rewrite the whole story to make it inject more humor into it, so it wouldn't be so serious and step on the coattails of Romero's movies. which, in my opinion, was a smart thing to do because Romero's movies are Romero's movies. Nobody can make those movies but him. A lot of people have tried and failed miserably. I like Dan O'Bannon for the simple fact he made this movie his own. Like I said, it's a fun party movie. Really good punk rock music. It's got that cool production design like I was talking about. The makeup effects are actually pretty well done. There is some jokes with zombies talking in this movie. That's another. This movie's another exception for that fucking rule. Um, it's just all around a good classic fun movie. It's like a cult classic now. Lots of little jokes going on within the movie. It's got a good fucking pace. Uh, it's just it's all out party. You know, you want a good movie to get some buddies over and drink some beer. Put this movie in your DVD player. It's awesome. It's really fun movie. Now this DVD came out like 5 6 years ago. It's got some special features, commentary, theatrical trailer. It's even got a Designing the Dead featurette and a conceptual art gallery with the art director William Stout. And it's kind of cool because he shows you his original concepts for zombies and like the cemetery gates and stuff. And that was kind of interesting. And Dan O'Bannon gives a little insight on the movie as well. But all in all, like I said, this is probably one of my favorite zombie movies of all time. It's not a serious zombie movie, not like Romero's, but it's a fun, classic, all around good, decent movie. I'm gonna give this one 4 out of 5 fuck yous, just because the punk rock music and it's badass. Guys, check out my other videos, rate this video, do whatever you want, stay fucking brutal.